Hello, welcome back. This title screen came in a weird way. That might not have been caught on video though, so don't worry about it. Anyway, hi, I'm at Edenhall. We just fought off Roche for the second time. He will not be coming back for a third time. He's done at this point. The soldiers now send Seath. Right. So something's gonna happen in here. At some point. Roche the sole survivor. The sole survivor? The only one who was not transformed into Seath. Oh, I didn't... Wait, I read this data log, right? Let's take a second look. Right, I changed my party. Lightning's here again. At least for a moment. Blinding flash of light, which came from what now? No focus to complete. Roche, the sole survivor, defends the Sanctum army in their obedience to Felsea law. Harbors doubts, peace and harmony, stability. Okay. Sure. So, right, we still have the cavalry to catch up with and stop from doing whatever they're gonna do. Don't think I need to change anything here in the menu. Going to this elevator. Hold on. So that sounds like an impactful choice. I wanted to check behind it, but I'm getting invisible walls. Alright, gonna go down. The fact that it asks me yes or no makes me feel like this is going toward a point of no return or a boss battle or something. We will see. Okay, so a chapter... Are we going into chapter 13? Maybe. I'm sure. So today's save is going to be this one. I haven't fixed my clock yet, so I don't know what day it is or what day this thing thinks it is. Let's see what day this thing thinks it is. June 30th? Sure, why not? Wait, my computer says something else. Wait, is my computer the one that's wrong? Doesn't matter. Anyway, so I'm in... what now? Mission rank Grudge Settler. Orphan's Cradle, Edenhall Reliquary. Data log was updated? No. I imagined that part. It's very quiet in here. Dramatically lit.
Where's the cavalry?
If they made it this far, we'll see him soon enough.
Whoa.
More Seath, okay. That's not them, is it? Wait, what if that is them? Yeah, we may have just found them.
Not them too. They were all Seath.
Yeah. Statues are doing something? This sure is a time to be testing out a whole new party setup. I set up my paradigm deck, right? I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's fine, I don't know what I'm fighting yet, but I am about to fight. Maybe I can warm up on those Seath before whatever boss fight is coming. Are we about to fight Orphan? We're kind of trying not to do that, right? Wow, look at this place! This is striking. We're in like a particle accelerator or something.
A lot of dreams died to get us here, and we can't let it be for nothing.
You said it. It's not just our future we're fighting for.
We'll do it for everyone. Felsea rule ends here.
Daisley, we're coming for you!
Is he in there? I guess we're hoping. He's the one we're trying to take out. The Tesseracts. Alright, let's fight this thing. I think you're a new type of Seath. Sacrifice. Do I know what a sacrifice is? Yes. Okay. Okay, that's staggered. Great. I'm in decimation, which sounds just fine with me for now. Getting debuffed. That's probably fine. Saz will do the opposite. These have some health. This is decimation. What was that loud noise? What was that? Death or whatever? I think it was. So I guess I want... Let's try Cerberus. Just to see what it's like for a moment. Oh right, okay, so she actually got instant death. So that's what it looks like. Cerberus is not what I want here, by the way. Entourage should be nice. Sentinel has Death Ward. I'm gonna use Renew. I don't have Renew. Wait, yes I do, it's down here. So I want... Oh, I don't have the one with Sentinel and Synergist together, do I? I barely know what I'm doing here. Well, she has haste, that's the important one. Is it? I'm not so sure. There's a lot of them and they're kind of scary. Okay, that was warded against. Let's try Mystic Tower. Something exploded. Still does a lot of damage, even if it doesn't actually kill. Heavy weather effects going on. Kind of extreme. Did you even hit with that? It looked like you missed all those shots. I'm poisoned and that's kind of hurting a bit. Let's do some of that. This party seems functional. I don't yet have any major complaints. Ouchie. That is so loud. That's my complaint. Dude! That's the loudest sound in the game. About to happen again. Okay, Lightning is still having trouble keeping up with the healing. This might be enough of a problem that I want to switch back. She's just not very good at that. Does she have a healing weapon? Because Vanille, I always kept her on the healer's stat. So that was making a big difference, wasn't it? I wonder if... Okay, here's a thought. No, wait, I am Sentinel, never mind. The thought was going to be that perhaps the Sentinel's death protection is only necessary for not the party leader, because it would be awfully rude if the party leader could just get instant deathed and there's not really a lot I could do about it. So maybe they're nice enough just to prevent that automatically. Fang is absorbing all the aggression here, so doing her Sentinel job well. Saz cannot keep up with the stagger on his own. I feel like it is a problem that I don't have a paradigm that has both Sentinel and Synergist in it. I'm gonna replace Cerberus with that. I'm never gonna use Cerberus. And multiple times this battle I've already wanted the other one. Okay, this is a big fight. This was actually perfect for testing this group. I found a problem and I know how to fix it. And we're probably surviving.
This'll be quick.
Boom, boom. There we go.
Give it your best shot.
Still vendetting. Maybe that's not the way to go. I guess I'm playing this extra safe. Let's try Relentless Assault. All in the wrist. Other one is staggered, but this one's almost dead. Ouchie. Man, those things hit hard. Maybe I'm just used to having Snow as my leader with his much higher health pool. And this looks paltry by comparison. If I had a group that was working, I can switch back. I'm gonna. That group was working very well. I gave Lightning a chance. She got to do this battle. If I want her to be my only medic, she needs a medic weapon, and do I even have one of those? If I do... Oh, 5 stars! This was expected to be very serious. Blazefire Saber, level 2. Rapid recovery. What's that? Oh. Need to be charged, magic wall, improved raise. Interesting. Staggerlock, quick stagger. She doesn't have the equivalent of what Vanille does. I'm gonna change back. Just because that team was so effective. I was changing more for flavor than anything. And yeah, this is what I want. Protection, yes, I do want that in there. Other things. Mystic Tower. What's this one called? Delta Attack. That might be good for some things. That honestly would be good for some things. I would have used that in that battle. Okay, I may consider Delta Attack. I want Diversity, probably. And I have a blank slot. What's this normally for? Probably Entourage. Yeah. Something like that looks about right. Okay. What happened in my data log? Locales, events. Orphan's Cradle. Dimension created by the Felsi Eden. Eden's a Felsi? Which one's that? I have the command of Barthandelus. So there's Eden and there's Orphan. Hold on, I have a record about this. Eden. Namesake of Cocoon's capital. Ah, the liaison between humans and Felsi. Okay. And orders the Primarch around. So this one is above Barthandelus. Except, hang on, the Primarch. He's not the Primarch anymore. That was Sid, and now we have no Primarch. Mysterious being fuels Eden with the power necessary to maintain Cocoon's complex and... Okay, so... Order of hierarchy is Primarch, then Eden, then Orphan at the top. Sanctifelsi and Lucia are themselves incapable of harming Orphan. And that's why he needs the Pulse ones. Got it. How does transforming into Ragnarok actually work? I don't think we know much about that. What's her name has done it? Fang has done it. But she doesn't remember. Eden, very structure to form the being that sits at the center of Cocoon. So we are inside Eden right now. This is the Fell Sea. Sea of Data is made physical. Wow. Okay. Cool. Chapter 13, we're in it! The final chapter. Unless this is going to suddenly start scrolling. Cavalry soldiers set on overthrowing Fell Sea rule now wander the halls of the sanctum as monstrous Seath, so confirming that those were them. Barthandelus never intended for them to reach Orphan. It was merely a ruse to spur the reluctant l'Cie into action, of course, where our strings are still being pulled. Though the companions refuse to complete their focus, he no longer needs to manipulate their minds. Hold on, suddenly you lost me. The cavalry soldiers set an overwhelming Fell Sea rule now onto the halls of the hangars. Barthandelus never intended for them, the cavalry, to reach Orphan. It was merely a ruse to spur the reluctant l'Cie into action. Though the companions, that's us, refuse to complete their focus, he no longer needs to manipulate their minds. When was Barthandelus manipulating our minds? When he was pretending to be Sarah? I mean, that wasn't very effective at the time. All that remains is to crush any hope they have for the future. When that hope turns to despair, one of them, consumed by anger and regret, will transform into Ragnarok. So, answering my question right away. And the beast, oh, it's like an Eidolon summon. So instead of an Eidolon coming to us, we become one. Triggered by a similar event, I guess. Okay. And the beast, an unstoppable incarnation of wrath, will slay Orphan. Cocoon will shatter, and the energy released by the deaths of millions will summon the Maker. So, when Fang turned into Ragnarok, she cracked the shell of Cocoon from the outside. Barthandelus wants that destructive force to be unleashed from the very seat of where Orphan is. Much closer, like strike a fatal blow without having to go through the outer shell first. I see. A new dawn approaches. It is for this day that Barthandelus built Cocoon. Barthandelus built Cocoon, tended to its people, and watched over the servants of the Pulse Fell Sea. He gives one final order to the Fell Sea Eden. Guide the steps of the cursed l'Cie. Bring them to the one who dreams of death. Bring them to Orphan's cradle. This is telling me a lot that the party doesn't know. Like, I'm getting insight into how he's pulling our strings, but the rest of us don't have that insight. The Fell Sea. Barthandelus. Long lived under the guise of gallant Dicely. How long? Careful watching the future. The eyes of Zaruk, Minerva. Okay, so that's the mechanical owl thing. We're going to go stronger, times secretly in their fight. Desires, complete the focus. Okay. What was this about him building Cocoon, though? Also, 13 days. We do have all 13 days. Oh, I thought this story was incomplete for some reason. Yeah, I noticed that it had been a while since we had seen a new entry here. You know what? Let's skim these in order. Have I already done this? Yes, I did already do this, didn't I? Maybe... I don't know, I'm not in the right mind state to really absorb that. Maybe when I have a question. I'll come back to that. Okay. Anyway, got my party set back up this way. Paradigm deck is established. Did I change an accessory somewhere? You have HP plus 500? That is such a drop in the bucket at this point. I mean, it's some, but it's unimpressive. I would rather give you... So you have something that gives you strength, something that gives you elemental resistance. What are my options? Rune Bracelet is magic resistance. Resist magic. Resist damage. So just damage in general. Sounds pretty good. Auto Tetra Defense, ATB advantage. Oh! Specifically with Sentinel's evasion ability. That's still pretty good. I feel like I spend just not quite enough... Whoa. Shrouds. Not quite enough time in Sentinel for that to be worthwhile. Wait a second. Even after obtaining a low battle rating, does the battle rating determine how much TP I recover? I don't remember that being a thing, but maybe it is. Alright, let's go with the Royal Armlet. I could level it up, maybe. You have a Royal Armlet level 4, goes up to 8%. You have a level 1. Alright, so I should level 2 Royal Armlets probably. Am I out of save? Yeah. That feels advisable. Do I have the fangs that I like? Let's see here. Those are weapons. Royal armlets, what do they look like? Like that? Ah! You, okay. Whatever I'm thinking of, I don't think I do. I have Sinister Fangs. Are those good enough? Maybe. And then... what am I dumping into this thing? Not that. That's money. That's money. The toy says Koopa when its bottle is squeezed. I didn't notice when I got that. Worth 2. Worth 2. Well, really worth 1 times 2. Those are some points. I have 2 of them. I don't think I need a whole fusion reactor in my armlet. A particle accelerator, though. Let's put a couple of those. Level 8. 12%. Sounds great. So snow will be quite resistant now. Let's help Vanille. So how was that? Sinister Fang. Yeah, that's worth a little more than the other Fang that I was using, whatever it was. Alright, you want some... what were they? Particle accelerators? Let's do 3 and see how that does. It started... okay, so... somewhere between... that amount and that amount is the start. So 15% is the maximum. Can you transform? Not with anything I own. Okay, if 15% is the maximum... I'm gonna say that's level 10 and each one is no. So if level 1 is 5%, level 4 is 8%. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay, so it's 1% more per level, maybe. Yeah, that adds up. I think? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, that adds up. So just a few more levels on this would be all that I need. I could probably dump something cheapish in here, like, I don't know, spark plugs. Well, sure, I could do that. Why would I, though? That's a silly way to go. Sinister Fang? No, that's what I was using. No, this menu. Yes, I do. This menu! I have to wait until the button press will respond. Then, as soon as it does respond, I sure better not press again, otherwise I'm getting kicked out. Plautus's Workshop has new things. Punisher for Stagger TP charge, I see. That's cool, I like that. I have one already. Ochirvani, I have one. What do you have that I don't? Nothing? Got it. Is this the closest thing to a healing gunblade that exists? Let's see, outfitters. This is going to be accessories. Okay, blaze fire. This is all basic stuff. Magical moments. No. Accessories. Next generation combat gear. Accessories. Creature comforts. This is where I want to be, by the way. Wicked Fang, that's the one. Yes. Well, I'm here, by the way, I should sell. Whoa. Whoa, there's some money. What? I could have that much? Okay. Okay, transformational catalyst, but sold for premium. Sold for premium. Sold for premium. Here we go. Okay, now I have money. And if you want a Moogle Puppet too, here's one. There's probably some like super secret thing where you add that to a certain piece of gear and it does something, but I will have not the slightest hope of figuring that out on a first playthrough, so I'm not even going to entertain that idea beyond saying it here. So, anyway, I'm here for, not that, Royal Armlets. I want all of these maxed. And that's gonna mean Wicked Fangs first, and then afterward just some, like, random stuff. Let's see, what's actually worthwhile? Well, particle accelerators are. It's a little too much, though. I want something lesser. About this many perfect conductors? One more? That should be right. Level 10, one more beyond this. Okay, and my experience bonus has gone away. Okay. Hard to get a feel for these numbers. I don't need much more. Oh. What the? There we go. I didn't want to take my Wicked Fangs for a moment. Alright. Do you want to... just a couple of spark plugs? No. Crankshafts? No. How are we inserting these things into an armlet? Tesla turbine. That's pretty much perfect. Okay. So then one more. This one needs a little more. That can have some particle accelerators. Like that thing we're currently inside. So going from 1.5 to 1.75 takes weirdly more than the others. Like all the other thresholds work differently. Okay, so to go from level 4 to level 11, basically. That's gonna take... Okay, so that's 7 level ups. 1792. Let's just guess on average that it's about, what, 2,500 experience? per level from here to there. Whoops. So I'm looking for somewhere around 17,000 points. So this will be just short of enough. And I don't think I have anything that's a better fit. Okay, well, let's do this. And it'll get me close without wasting. Alright, that'll work. Okay, and now I can just put in whatever's gonna give me around 20... no. Numbers. 2,400? Plus a bit? That's too much. That's way too much. That's not enough. That's not enough. I don't think I'm gonna get there exactly. Wanna make it stinky? That'll get me reasonably close. Whoa! Bonus times 3! Oh! Well, dang, that is a super waste. Okay, so perfume increases the bonus beyond what I knew was possible. Alright, well. Information gained, at least. What was the one that had about the right amount for this? Nothing? I mean, Turbojet's pretty close. Okay, there we go. Cool. Alright. So that's done. Alright, so perfume is extra bonus, in case that matters. I mean, it hardly does, so, like, I can call it a waste, but it wasn't really. Barely. Alright, so everybody is more resistant now, and other party is, like, even less appealing. I mean, I can redo their accessories if I want. Do I want to fight this group? For some reason I do. I guess let's see how things compare with this party and these accessories. So his HP did go down, yes, but his resistance went up by so much that HP thing doesn't matter at all. What was that 11 damage I saw? That's a very small number. Yeah, I think his team's a little more effective than the other one. Just a bit. Vanilla's hurting slightly. I guess I'll switch to diversity. Saz is not hasted at the moment. Vanilla's not healing at the moment. What's going on? I don't know. Okay, so there, I saw that happen. That's what it looks like. It may or may not have happened to Lightning, depending on whether her health was low enough when it happened to her before. I couldn't actually tell. But yeah, Saz went from completely full to completely empty in one attack. I feel like I should assume that can happen to my party leader. Will we see it here? Fortunately, no. How about here? Nope. If it was a higher probability, I would just always have to leave a sentinel on the field. But it's so rare that I just feel like I can just roll the dice and be okay. There we go. Technical points, it says, below Christogen points. So yeah, that's affected by performance, huh? And Christogen points is too, maybe? Hearing something around the chest frequency, but I don't think it's the chest sound. So this is data made physical that we're walking on, huh? Well, we took care of the cavalry, I guess. Is that Orphan or Eden? That's Eden. Right? Is that Orphan? Who are these? Actually, I don't think any of those were right. No, those were the statues we saw in the hall. Maybe they are Felsi, but they are not the main ones. You spawned some portals. Did those go down to Pulse?
That
Yeah.
looks like a gate to Grand Pulse.
A last gift from Barthandelus?
This is weird. So if I just wanted to beeline for the end of the game, I wonder if
We're gonna run away. Now's our chance.
Right.
So, guys, which way we going?
I feel like there's a game ending surprisingly close at hand, but here's the opportunity I was waiting for. So that's Cocoon, that's Pulse. Alright, let's go down here and do 30 more hunts at the very least. I have to stand at what distance to warp? No, I just have to be able to aim at the center of it. Yes! Alright. Is this gonna end with us killing Orphan and destroying Cocoon? We're trying not to, but we're not being very effective in not doing that. Barthandelus is way better at manipulating us than we are at resisting, clearly. Alright, so back down here. This is Yachus Massif, Vallis Media. Base camp, okay. Alright, so Grand Pulse. This is a... Okay. Actually, I want to do something. I want to... So I'm not on a mission right now. Okay, that was your mission. I want to go to Mahabara. Does that, Guardian? What's it called? That tough robot at the door that I couldn't beat before. That's my first priority. Okay, so we're doing some cleanup now. Perhaps I should have first looked for a Seath Stone who had a mission I could pick up. If I'm here... That's Atomos. This looks like a way I haven't gone, maybe? It's hard to tell. What did that door look like? There's a Seath Stone that I can transact with. This, I think, is the way back to... Yeah, this isn't where I want to be. That's the way back to Arkhild Steppe. Atomos Transport... Active Seath Stone... Except, do I want to take this hallway? I could. I'm going to stay on task, so return here later. But first, I have one specific mission. Arkhild Steppe, Northern High Plain, I think is what I want. Right, Taden's Tower also exists, in case we want to return there for something. So the Fault Warrens exist somewhere. That's a big zone I haven't found. Since I am now in Chapter 13 of the story, things have the potential to come to an end. Like, I could stumble over a game ending at any moment if I press forward in Eden Hall. So I am currently not ready to do that. I'm just not sure if this is as open as the game gets. This game is structured very strangely, and I have just no intuition about how it wants to do anything. So, just have to deal with how it presents itself. I'm taking it at face value. This is the action that makes sense. And I'm just going to avoid Eden Hall as long as I can for now. Right, so the issue was... Oh, I need to go back to Celia Springs and try to fight Bismarck? Yeah, that's the Fal'Cie there. I don't know what that'll do for me, but give me an interesting fight at least, maybe? Alright, so this should have put me where I wanted to be, and it did. Okay, this is Seathstone, and I think that's also where the door is. I want to go where to get back to... base camp, whatever that place was called. I feel like saving, so I'm gonna. What save data do I want? The one that says June 30th, apparently. A few things to fight, should be very quick. These are old enemies. We'll probably even skip the synergist portion of this. Oh, definitely. Okay. These will just melt away instantly. I'm still going to leave Decimation as my default paradigm because I'm going to be fighting something tougher in a moment. Chocobos refuse to come in here, right? Did I ever try bringing a chocobo into this cave? I'm not completely sure that I did. I was just thinking about how walking on my own is a little slow, and Chocobo's a way to make that faster. Can I move you just slightly? Don't have to. So first left I see is what I want. Bombs are here. Hopping along. This is the right way, right? Yeah. A shroud shop exists and I have super huge amounts of money, so I could probably just, like, Deceptisol my way through this if I wanted to. You are not very aware of me. That's right. Wow. Wow. I did. So it says technical points down there, but it just shows the bar going up a little bit. It doesn't actually tell me how much I got. It just shows me once. So I'd better be watching closely. Alright, so you. The problem boy is right in here. But should no longer be a problem. What are you called again? Juggernauts, that's right. I'm calling it Guardian because it looks like a thing from Final Fantasy VI. The face is a bit different. Should have plenty of time to get various synergies up. Then you get a little nastier at some point, don't you? Protect is nice. Get one more of those if you can. Okay. Wrecking Ball. How bad is that? Yeah, it's fine. How far do I want to push my luck? Maybe one more attack. Maybe not even. Looking pretty good to me. Now break that thing. Break it hard. Vanille's health looking a little iffy. If she gets Wrecking Ball, that'll probably be a problem. Let's just hope she doesn't. She did. It's okay though. Up in the air with you. Alright, Snow, remember to smite. You did it. I am remembering that I have Sovereign Fist, in case that ends up being something that makes sense to do. The idea is heal when we're low on health. It's a pretty good idea. It will be okay. Everybody is so positive. Should only need one more round of these. And if haste just fell off, we'll probably need to go through his full cycle. Okay, I'm gonna do this for a moment. Okay. Yeah, see, everything's falling off at a funny time. I know I want to see 7 icons there. If I don't see 7 icons, then there's a job for a decimator. Sovereign Fist right now would be a waste. I'm curious though. Would it just kill? It did not. Okay, so maybe that wasn't the way to go. Alright. I tried it. Should be able to just kill. There we go. What's in that door? Well, it's a Seath Stone. Somehow I was expected to do that quicker. Loading something. Also a chest. What did I see? One of my people? Probably. I think that was Saz's coat. Platinum bangle. Yeah, whatever. Hi, you look like a teleporter. 29! Perfect! This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. There's another juggernaut in Tajan's Tower. Cloven Spire, Tajan's Tower forms a bridge between Arkeld Steppe and outlying lands. So, we returned to Cocoon without ever finding any humans in Grand Pulse. I don't think they're here. They've all been wiped out. So Cocoon has like the only human population left. Maybe. Not that we covered that much ground down here. Rampaging Juggernaut bars all passage. I've been charged with disposal. Okay. So Tajan's Tower... somewhere. Don't I have to finish your mission for you to function as a teleport? Yeah, alright. Actually, no, you're not even that kind of Seath. My mistake. So that should be the only time I need to come in here. Alright, so yeah, that's an interesting way to gate that. So mission number 29 is right there, in a place I'm likely to encounter, see that I'm not ready for it. Then when I go up to Cocoon, I see specifically that I am ready because I fight a Juggernaut. And then my first mission back here is to use that skill to open the door and find the very next mission. It was structured exactly how it needed to be structured for that to happen naturally. Okay, we don't need your services right now, Saz. Thank you, but not now.
That's what I'm talking about.
So I will do that hunt straight away, because I don't want to go somewhere else and run into another Seath Stone and have to abandon the mission. Let's just get it done. I am surprised that dodge counted. Usually hitboxes are bigger than that. I guess given how much walking this still is, it's probably a good thing that there wasn't more of Grand Pulse to explore. Turning around takes a little while. I didn't start early enough. The haste probably wasn't even worth it. Doesn't matter. So yeah, Fold Warrens. That's a place I want to find. There was that whole big circle of Seath Stones on Arkeld Steppe. So those are going to activate at some point. Maybe they already have. That'll be the first thing I check after Tajan's Tower, probably. So I've been curious about that for a while. I mean, it's probably just a circle of missions that activate at some point. But it's very conspicuous. Also, there's Gigantuar, but I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
No problem.
So I decided I wanted Saboteur Fang for that fight. And I'll have to figure out that whole deal when I'm ready for it. But that's 50-something and I'm on 20-something, so not for a while. But yeah, I am wondering if the rest of this game is just these remaining missions, Fault Warrens, whatever that is, and then Seed of Orphan and end some sort of ending. Because it hasn't made it clear to me that there is anything more than that. However, again, I cannot intuit the structure of this game, so I can't really know what it's doing ahead of time. And that's fine. That's part of the experience. I don't want to know now. Other than what I can figure out on my own. So this is the height the camera naturally sits at, if I don't mess with it. It's weird that it's so low. Tajan's Tower, somewhere. Once I'm there, I can see where the star is. There's only one Seathway stone there. And this is just another Juggernaut, so a known quantity. Just the same fight as I had to do to get access to the mission. Should be relatively quick and easy. As these things go now. So this is inside the tower, right? No! It's just right here. You stay where you are. You didn't stay where you were. You have your regular mouth, then like another set of pincers on top of that. Can I see that thing from here? Yes, there you are. You stay where you are. That's right. Hey you, can I sneak up? Unlikely. No, you are very aware of me. Alright, same formula. Let's do it again. So do synergist actions take that many ATB segments that you can't do more than like one per turn? Feels like you should be able to. I'm gonna do this just to be sure that everything else stays up. Stagger gauge is fine, damage at this point is not the important thing yet. Stagger gauge still okay, but I do need to switch soonish. Okay, perfect. So let's not interrupt that with any Sovereign Fists. Just gonna use it up the normal way. Vanille this time is staying out of range. Good. She makes all sorts of noise, and so does Snow, but Saz does his work quietly. He's not as full of quips as the other two. What are your resistances? Half magic, half, wait. Physical? I see. I should try again to find a place to fit Tri-Disaster into my... Oh, the smite didn't go off in time, did it? Because those numbers were smallish. Alright, status effects are gonna fall off momentarily. It's not actually time to renew them yet, though. Too early. Let's try a moment of Mystic Tower. Never mind that, it's time for Decimation. So the maintenance of the, oh, actually I want Protection. The way status effects are prolonged by a new one being added kind of actually complicates reapplying everything. I would almost prefer not to have that ability. Or for Saz to understand he can recast the spell if it's, if it hasn't actually fallen off yet. I guess I could put him in the lead. That would complicate a lot of things, though. Because I'm almost never issuing Snow direct commands. I don't think the micromanagement would be worth it, though. It'd be a lot of work for basically no gain. I'm hoping that there will come a point when that sort of thing is necessary for more tightly controlled battles. Something's bothering me on this screen. Because of the TP gauge that's below Snow's health bar, the vertical spacing between rows of status icons is not even. TP gauge throws everything off. Just a little bit unsatisfying. There we go, did it in 2 stagger cycles. Oh, really? You didn't expect... Okay. I mean, I thought that performance was pretty good. It's gonna be funny when I get to a point where I'm encouraged to improve my ratings and have to redo all of these. I'm okay with that, if it happens. And I'm assuming that if it were to happen, that would mean I can do it with whatever my stats are at that point and just kind of get it automatically. Alright, yeah, I have all of these and I barely know how to use them. Transformational catalysts, that is. Where might I be going right now? I kind of finished my current task. I don't need to go into the tower, right? So none of those Seath Stones are glowing. Those are already done, right? I think so. Well, let's go back to the waystone at least. Dodged you. Didn't dodge you. I guess I'll just do my Crystarium thing, and then next time we'll look for new stones on the step, because I think that's where I need to go. I also want to review Bhakti's tips, whatever they were called. Maybe I should go talk to him in person again, too. Oh, this way. I guess waystones just don't actually look any different from regular Seath stones on the map. These things have like a funny billboard effect going on. They always... No, they just always face toward the person, not toward the camera. So if I were to teleport, I'm just gonna plop myself down here, peek at the map, do Crystarium things, and then decide what to do next time. So if that was mission 29 and Gigantor was like 56 or something, then I have, what, 27 between here and there? Those are not the right numbers, but whatever those numbers are. Hello, Chocobo.
Wasn't expecting that.
You weren't? We've done it several times. Yeah, so check it out. Here's a... No, that's not glowing. Okay, the whole circle has activated. Yep, that's my destination. And there are two others. One here, one here. And of course I need to check Yachus Massif, etc. Okay. Cool, so I think I'll pay a visit to the circle next time and see what that deal is. There was an up-high passage somewhere. Like over in the... Look at that thing! What?! Yo! Okay, there's something intimidating over there. Let's not... I think that's what they're remarking on. Okay, this time I actually saw it. Alright, Crystarium. This isn't all that many points, but it's enough for a couple of things. I don't even have you in a Ravager role at all, but the role I'm choosing doesn't actually have to do with the things I'm gaining here. So these are all expensive. Are there any main path? Yes, there are main path things you have not completed, so that's first priority. Okay, and that just leaves you a little bit for stuff like... Oh, nothing you can actually reach, right? Like, even if I... Oh, you've gone part of the way toward this already. So let's continue. Just to leave less unfinished business behind. His crystal's like a chocobo feather, I see. Ability? Sure, there's Stopga. What's the other one? Adrenaline? Oh, okay. I mean, that's commando stuff. Even so, I'd like to fill it out, in case I decide suddenly to make you a commando. I did play with Cerberus for like half a second today. And then here. Oops, no, keep going. She has earrings. I just noticed. 3 necklaces at the same time. That's a lot of HP nodes in Ravager. Let's start with those. Yeah, see, this just 300,000... 300,000? 30,000. 40,000 crystal points. Isn't that many at this point? You're here. You have only side paths to do? Is that right? No. Right, I wanted to try Army of One. That's why I put you in my party before, but I forgot and didn't try it. Alright, well. She needs to be the leader because I need control over her for that. I am curious, though. Do you have main path synergist stuff to do? You have Stopga. I think that's something I have to put in manually, like Sovereign Fist, so I don't think they'll do it on their own. What's your crystal shaped like? It's a check mark. I don't know what that is. What's Vanilla's? That's Hope. Hope has, I don't know, just a fancy sunburst thing. Lightning has a rose. Hers is sort of like a heart, but in 3D. And yours is a chunk of ice. Got it. Okay. Yeah, there's clearly supposed to be something, but I can't tell what. Saboteur. You already know the things I wanted you to know for that. Commando, you got to the end. Good for you. Ravager, right. Ravager is as it is. Sentinel, here we go. Alright, yeah, so Fang has done as much as she can on her main paths. So in that case, I'm going to dump the excess points into Ravager. Okay, that's what I've done. Alright, so next time, experiencing the Circle of Seath Stones. This is not a save, that's a save. Right over here. And I want to see what they have for me. And conveniently, there's a chocobo right here to get me there quicker. Save here. This one. Alright, next time, Circle of Suns. I'll see you then for that.